Hi, I'm Miles Trotter. What do you do when you're in the job you always wanted, yet inexplicably you suddenly lose motivation? Your mojo is gone and you just feel like you don't belong anymore. What's going on? Several years ago, I had the best job ever running a rapidly growing consulting firm, working with amazing people and great clients. And we were making a big difference. Yet after 7 years of building, it all evaporated. The job hadn't changed, but I sort of achieved everything I wanted, and I just felt lost and anxious about the future. And it's the same for many of the hundreds of men I've worked with over the past couple of decades. When they realize their aspirations, instead of satisfaction, they begin to feel restless, lost, and uncertain about what's next. One man encapsulated it so well. 10 years ago, he said, I was the youngest GM, and now I'm the oldest. He went on to say his team's underperforming, but he doesn't even have the motivation to address the problem. Why does this happen? When we fulfill our aspirations and don't create new ones, we grind to a halt because our future has disappeared. Humans are future-oriented, and what we see ahead of us determines what we do, think, and feel today. So to thrive in the present, we must envision a good life unfolding where our goals are fulfilled, where we're being the people we aspire to become, and flourishing in a healthy environment. And when life gets tough, our vision of the future, it pulls us forward. It provides hope and perseverance in the present. Why else would people leave home to risk their lives crossing dangerous waters in overfilled boats? You know, Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher, said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." It's how people survive war and imprisonment. By contrast, an empty future does our heads in because we're not going anywhere. The void sucks up our enthusiasm and hope, and we just become lifeless and anxious. We try to stay motivated, reaching for quick fixes, but they don't work. So then you ask, well, why does your future disappear? Well, look, let's say you're in your mid-40s, okay? And when you were 25, you wanted to be general manager, like the guy I talked to. Or maybe you wanted to have a business or run an organization or make some kind of contribution to the world. And when you're 25, you're still naive and you had little experience, so your goals weren't clear. But there's this exciting future pulling you forward, and that's been your engine for 20 years. Now, that future is fulfilled. Maybe not perfectly, but your 25-year-old self would be delighted. The problem with a fulfilled future is it disappears. And in the absence of any new aspirations, you'll still be unconsciously in that old mindset, pursuing some variation of the goals you wanted at 25. And that's ridiculous. Now, logically, you must invent a new future, but that's hard, you know? So what we do is we try and fill the void with distractions. We get busy. We try to avoid what we don't want, but we just end up spinning our wheels. So I suggest the task first is to be grateful for what you've achieved, and then let it go. Take time to listen to your longings for clues as to what might come next. You know, the future for a 45-year-old mature, experienced person will be very different. I hope this has been helpful, and if you want to talk about your future, get in touch. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.